Hey guys, the Super Review Show here for another My Thoughts on video. This is my thoughts on which streaming services you should have in your library. Now, obviously we live in a day and age where there are streaming services. Just about every household has some form of streaming service. Some people have Paramount Plus. I did a video on that. Some people have Disney. A lot of people have Disney Plus. A lot of people have HBO Max. So this is my thoughts on what streaming services you should probably have, depending on who you are and what I think you should have, and as far as your repertoire goes. So, depending on who you are, and depending on who you enjoy, like what properties you enjoy, because that's how a lot of streaming is broken down. So, like for me, I'm a big Star Trek guy. I'm watching Star Trek: The Next Generation on Paramount Plus, as I said. I'm watching the Avengers cartoons and all. Yes, I said cartoons. I'm watching a lot of the Marvel shows and stuff like that on Disney Plus. There's a lot of stuff on HBO Max that I really like. A lot of the Harry Potter films on HBO Max. So, what streaming services should you have? In my own opinion, my thoughts on this, my own opinion, I would have to say, if I were to pick 3 streaming services, because let's face it, if you have all of them, you're paying $100 a month for all these services and all these shows that you don't really need to spend all the money for. So it's kind of like a way to cut back for a sec and say, what do I really want to watch? What shows do I really want to see? What movies do I really want to see? What actors or shows were there mostly in studios? So for me personally, the ones that I would say that I think you should definitely have in your own Roku TV, your Google Play, whatever. The number one, right off the bat, Disney Plus. Disney Plus is a streaming service that actually has a ton of not just potential to be even better than it already is, but it already is incredibly awesome. Disney Plus is one of those, is probably outside of HBO Max, and when people rattle off, I have this streaming service, one of the first ones they'll say is Disney Plus, because you get Marvel, Star Wars, all of the Disney catalog, all the animated films from Disney in the past, like in the 50s and 60s films, you name it, Disney Plus has it all for you. So that's, and also if you're a parent and you like my content, just saying, good for you, thank you. Disney Plus is definitely for you, because kids love Disney. There's something about full disclosure, everyone. I'm not the biggest Disney fan. I really enjoy Disney, what they've done with Marvel, what they've just sort of done with Star Wars, and the TV side of things, not really the movie side, except for Force Awakens. Force Awakens is pretty good. Anyways, I've really enjoyed what Disney has done so far with Marvel, so I'm a big Marvel fan, and I would go watch their content on Disney Plus. Outside of that, you also have the Disney Junior stuff on Disney Plus as well, because you forget it's Disney Plus. You're like, all right, well, listen. I'm going to have all of Disney Plus on here, and I'm going to have my 5-year-old watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, or insert name of any Marvel cartoon that they've had over the past 20, 30 years. You know what I mean? Or maybe they're going to watch the Clone Wars or whatever. You know what I mean? And that to me is really, really, really great. I love that. So if you have a child and you don't have Disney Plus, I recommend, personally, that you have Disney Plus. For outside of just the Star Wars content and the Marvel content, even though they put the Netflix Marvel shows and other Marvel shows on Disney Plus now, and I understand the backlash that got with that, but at the same time, it's like, it was kind of coming at some point anyways, because Disney wants all their properties back under one roof. As far as like one roof meaning one streaming service, that is. So, but Disney Plus, highly recommend if you don't have it already, which face it, I'm assuming a lot of my audience does have Disney Plus. But as far as, getting Disney Plus, I recommend it. I recommend the full service, or there is the ad-supported tier as well. But Disney Plus is my first one for those reasons and more. Now, the second one I'm going to recommend is one that I have personally, and I pay for the full price for it. I did not skimp out at all. I decided, you know what? if I'm going to go all in. HBO Max. HBO Max is a service that I really have come to enjoy, and I believe if you're looking for more adult content, and when I say adult, I don't mean like that adult content, but I mean like adult enough to the point where like you don't want your 10-year-old watching it, or you don't want your 5-year-old watching it, or you don't want, what I mean? It's like House of the Dragon's on there now. All the Harry Potter films are on there now. Other R-rated content is on there too, like Peacemaker. Anyone? Peacemaker was awesome, but let's face it, not every 10-year-old wants to watch Peacemaker because it's super violent and bloody, and they curse, and they might have sex. It's crazy. It's just the truth. There you go. But HBO Max is a solid service. I have been toying around with HBO Max more and more the past couple weeks. Every time when I come home from work, I'm like, you know what? Let me check out what HBO Max has this week or whatever. I have not watched any of their original series and stuff like that, like Titans and stuff like that. I know someone's out there saying, why have you not seen? I live a very busy life, ladies and gentlemen, outside of doing this. Just saying. But I do this whenever I can, and I love doing it. Just the truth. So that being said, HBO Max is a service I highly, highly, highly recommend. Plus, if someone's paying for it in your household, you can get, there's other profiles you can add. And like my parents want to do, they have their own like profile for what they want to watch. Cool. My sister has one for herself. I have one for myself too. So I'm able to watch whatever I want on my profile. And it's not super expensive anymore because it's still the $15.90 or $14.99 or whatever it was. It's still that base price because I don't want ads. I'm one of these people too that does not want ads. That's just me. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I prefer to watch my content without having like one of 5 ads or whatever. Like I'll watch it on cable then. You know what I mean? Anyways. You have different profiles and stuff like that. You could even have restrictions and stuff like that. But it's and HBO Max, I highly recommend. They have the DC segment. They have the HBO segment. They have like Sopranos is on there. When Harry Met Sally is on there. All of these other movies are on there. And it's surprising to me that Marvel and Disney have not gotten the Incredible Hulk and the Wolverine off of HBO Max and put them on Disney Plus yet. It's kind of surprising to me. Questionable, whatever. Anyways, HBO Max, that's my second pick. If you're looking for a streaming service to check out HBO Max. That service is great. You get a lot of content on there. And plus, with the Warner Brothers Discovery merger, Discovery Plus is now going to be with HBO Max to make Discovery Plus. Or HBO Discovery. I'm not sure what they're going to call it. Whatever. But I think they're going to call it HBO Discovery, truthfully. But you can watch Guy Fieri and then watch Peacemaker. Or you could watch The Batman and then you can watch Giada making food. It's really something quite cool that they're doing. But yeah, anyways, HBO Max can't recommend enough, and it's with the merger with Discovery Plus part is even better, personally. And if I were to recommend just one more, because let's face it, the price of streaming services is going to go up again and again and again. If I personally had the power to control you and say, what other streaming service do I want besides just Netflix and Disney Plus or HBO Max? I'm going to go on a total whim here. I'm going to say Paramount Plus. I have become a Paramount Plus freak of nature. I love this service to death. Now, why should you get it, though, for your reasons? Well, number one, as I mentioned with Disney Plus, and you can get the Disney Plus, like the kids section, if you will, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or like the Steamboat Willie type of thing, or even like animated films like The Lion King on there. There's a lot of stuff for your kids under that aspect. But let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, Paramount owns Nickelodeon, and there's an entire Nickelodeon section on Paramount Plus. So if you have a child, and your child's like, oh, Mommy, Daddy, can I watch SpongeBob? Can I watch The Patrick Star Show? Terrible idea, by the way. Can I watch Camp Coral? Terrible show, by the way. Let's face it. If you want to watch Nickelodeon, even though The Last Airbender is another one, you want to watch it on Paramount Plus. If I lived in your house, I would say get those three. Because I give a lot of reasons on Paramount Plus as well. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, Paramount Plus and just Showtime just merged. So Showtime is now under Paramount Plus. So now you want to watch Nickelodeon? Cool. Your kids are going to your kids are asleep, whatever, and you're looking to watch something else besides just SpongeBob or some sci-fi shows like Star Trek or even the Mission Impossible films, whatever, or Twilight Zone. There's a lot of stuff on there, of course. But at the same time, what you want, people forget this now, and I did my thoughts on video for just Paramount Plus in particular. the video I pumped out for there was saying that Showtime is now under Paramount Plus's banner. So now Dexter, Ray Donovan, Shameless, Billions, all of the Showtime shows, ladies and gentlemen, are now underneath the Paramount Plus banner. So now let's say your kid goes to bed and you want to watch something. You can watch Dexter, Ray Donovan, Billions, Shameless, whatever, on Showtime underneath the Paramount Plus banner. It might be an extra like $2 a month, truthfully, to get that little extra bump. And plus, I've told my family about this too. You're able to watch live TV on the Paramount Plus app. It connects to, let's say you're in like Philadelphia, it's going to connect to your CBS station in Philadelphia. Or if you're in New York City, it's going to connect to New York station. If you're in LA, it's going to connect to the LA station. So, and I love Paramount Plus for that reason too, because you aside from just watching other shows on there, you can actually watch live TV on there too, which is a nice perk about that one service in particular, if you prefer to do that. I live in a household, Mom, you're great, don't get me wrong, but where a lot of us will watch the live TV function through Paramount Plus now, and not just have the cable option there, just strictly just that. It's a really nice option that we have, truthfully. I'm a big fan of it, and if you like it, great. If not, it's there just in case. That's just me. But yeah, so bottom line, if I could wave the magic wand and say, what are 3 streaming services that every household in America should have? I would say Disney Plus, I would say HBO Max, and I would say Paramount Plus for those reasons, and many more as well. I mean, outside of Disney Plus having the children's section, they also have the adult Marvel stuff too, and the Mandalorian, and they have Andor, and they have all the Star Wars content. And then HBO Max, more adult content in that aspect of like, but still, you can get the Discovery stuff with the merger of Discovery Plus and HBO Max together. Paramount Plus and Showtime, same thing. You're going to be able to watch like Billions on Paramount Plus. It's kind of like a win-win in a sense. And let's face it, a lot of these streaming services are going to be going off and starting to merge more together, like Showtime with Paramount Plus, or Discovery with HBO Max, and Disney Plus with everything they own there. Let's be real. But if I could wave a magic wand in your world and say, hey, you should get these three streaming services, get those. That's just my opinion, my thoughts. But what do you have to say? But that's going to wrap it up for this episode of another My Thoughts on video. Thanks so much for watching. What do you think, though? Jump down in the comment section below. Is there a streaming service that you think holds a little bit more weight to you personally than HBO Max or Disney Plus? Or maybe do you not want Paramount Plus? Would Disney Plus and Netflix be more of a rivalry? What are you thinking out there? Jump down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. Whatever you got to do, hit the bell for notifications, and don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. Thanks so much for watching. But for all of us here at the Super Review Show, this has been another My Thoughts on video. The J-Man is off the rock. And we'll see you guys later.